Lately, I've been talking a lot about the Amazon Influencer Program because I think it's a phenomenal opportunity, and I've definitely seen that firsthand here at the end of Q4 when I'm recording this video, but it's still going to be true, obviously, in the beginning of next year, middle, end of next year as well. And so I really think it's one of the best opportunities for almost anybody out there to start and scale relatively fast if you're willing to put in some consistent work, right? Now, I've covered this in other videos, but the fastest way to $1,000 is simply just to review stuff around your house. You have a million things from Amazon already. It's the fastest and the easiest way. But what happens when you run out of things around your house, friends or family or whatever? How do you actually scale it past $1,000, a month? How do you get it to multiple thousands of dollars a month? Well, that's where the scaling strategies come in. And there are many ways to actually scale. And I'm going to make several different videos on my strategies about how I specifically do it. But in this video, I want to talk about scaling, making smart purchases. Okay. So what do I mean by that? Well, these are purchases that you're already going to make already because either you're in the market for them or you have a specific need for them or you're buying a gift for somebody or whatever. And so this is going to afford you the opportunity to touch these products, have them on hand so you can obviously film review videos with these. And whether you're doing it like firsthand by like holding the product and talking about it and showcasing it, or you're just recording the actual video of the product and then doing a voiceover later, both approaches can work. And I've talked about them in several videos now, but this is going to allow you firsthand to touch the product so you can actually make the video a lot easier and stay within the terms of service. So right now I'm in the market for an air fryer. These are just random things that I wrote down right before the video. I do this all the time. Protein powder, string lights to go around the trees outside for when I hang lights up for Christmas, a cord box to protect the extension cords from the weather, because last year when I did that, some of the snow, some of the rain got into some of the extension cords and, short-circuited them and kind of killed the lights, so I had to redo them. So we get cord boxes this year, you live and you learn, and extension cords, right? To show you, I've already purchased a bunch of these. I literally do it myself. We got a bunch of string lights here. I have 6 behind me. Haven't had the opportunity to actually hang them on the tree yet. Here's an extension cord. Here are 2 cord boxes. Here's just one of them. There's another one sitting over here, but the frame's kind of small, so we'll just keep it over there. And so these are all things that I was going to purchase on Amazon already. And so instead of just purchasing one that I see that I think is a good deal, I should hunt for one that's reviewable, that's going to pay me, because not only am I already in the market for it, so I'm going to do it anyway, but then I can get recurring commissions on that specific product if I make a video on it in the future, every single month going forward, if I make a good video and it's ranked and it's a reviewable product. And not only that, it's also now a write-off. Whereas before, if this, cord box, for example, was $40 or $30 or whatever, well, I have to pay that out of pocket in my post-tax, obviously money, right? But instead, if I'm reviewing this for my business and this is an actual product that I'm going to review, well, now, again, talk to an accountant. This is not tax advice, but now this becomes a write-off on my business because I'm going to actually review this product. And so the whole intention of purchasing it is so that I can make money with my business, all right? So there's multiple different ways and multiple different reasons why you should be making smart purchases this way for things that you're already going to be doing. So I'm going to show you how to do that here in this video and, talk a little bit about that. What makes a good purchase? How do you find them? So you can scale your Amazon Influencer Program commissions very quickly, because I promise you, we all purchase dozens, if not hundreds of things from Amazon a month. And so you can be earning commissions on them and also writing them off on your business instead of paying out of your pocket personally and not making money on them. All right. So there's 2 things that this entire thing is built on. And that first and foremost is that it's a reviewable product. As you can see on the screen here, this is an example of a product that is not reviewable. Again, I've talked about this in so many other videos, but as you can see, there is no review videos here on the listing. They are usually here at the end. Another spot where it is potentially reviewable is down at the bottom here, as you can see. So videos for this product. So this product is reviewable, but all the review videos kind of come down here into the little side tab, which you're not going to make as many conversions and as many commissions if your videos end up there, as opposed to if they land here on the actual list. So you should always be looking for review opportunity products where there's an opportunity to actually make a video for the pictures right here and that there's videos there. So let me show you an example of one that is reviewable. Let's just find one really fast. And that's the first thing, right? So that it is reviewable. This one, another example of one that is not reviewable. This one is reviewable. As you can see, if you click on the video on the listing, boom, view videos for this product. So there's slots for review videos to come in. Sometimes you will see other people's review videos here as well. And that's something that we're going to talk about as we get more into this tutorial here in a second. So that's the first thing. It's got to be a reviewable product. This one is. And the second thing is that it's selling, right? Because if it's not a reviewable product, you're just wasting your time. That video is never going to go on the listing. You're never going to make any commissions from it anyway, right? And if it is a reviewable product, but it's not selling, then again, even if you make a video on the listing, you're just wasting your time because nobody's ever going to buy that product. You're not going to make any commission on it anyway, right? So those two things have to be true. And to make sure that it is selling and selling well, I use a software called Seller Sprite. It is a phenomenal software that's going to tell you so many different things about an Amazon listing, help you scale your Amazon business in so many different ways. I use it for drop shipping. I use it for online arbitrage, Amazon KDP books sometimes. And obviously I use it for the Amazon Influencer Program. As you can see, all these buttons up here, you know, the calculator, all the download button, all these different things are Seller Sprite. But the main thing that we're going to be using this for right here is the historical trends button. That's going to tell us the sales history of these specific products so we can see firsthand that they are actually selling. So if we click the historical trends button right here, you can see it's going to tell us the monthly sales. So right now this is doing, 5,300 sales a month roughly. You can see how it's done, over the extrapolated time period, and you can obviously change that time period as well. You can also look at daily units sold to see if obviously this is an opportunity. As you can see here, this is selling roughly 150, 160, 170 units a day right now, and you can see the trend chart of it, right? So this is a very valuable tool. Now, obviously, you could use something like Helium 10 or Jungle Scout or any of the other tools out there that are going to tell you the sales velocity of an actual listing and a product. However, in my experience, and I've used them all over the span of like selling on Amazon and doing this for like 10 years now, this one is hands down the best because they all do the same rough job of telling you the actual sales on a listing, but this offers so many more things that come with it. They also offer a free trial on top of that, and it's way cheaper, right? So if you use Jungle Scout or Helium 10, which are great softwares, you're gonna be spending an arm and a leg monthly just to find out the sales velocity of a product because that's the only function of that software you need. Whereas you could just do the same thing here with Seller Sprite, get all the different features and pay a lot less for doing it. It's stupidly cheap when you actually compare the plans of Jungle Scout or Helium 10 or Seller Sprite. And on top of that, in the beginning when you're scaling any business, but obviously especially this business, the last thing that you want to do is handcuff yourself by spending an exorbitant amount of money on software or products or anything like that, to increase your costs and your expenses. You want to keep your costs as low as possible. And so this is the way to do that while still utilizing a software that's going to help you scale a lot faster and a lot easier. So again, Seller Sprite, I've covered Seller Sprite, I think in like 10 videos now. They're all over the channel. I even did a comparison on Jungle Scout, Helium 10, and Seller Sprite. If you do want to check that out, you can just search the channel for it. But these are the two things that this is built on, right? Again, sales, and we're going to use that Seller Sprite to actually find that out. And then that it is a reviewable listing. As you can see here, this is an example of one. It's 7 videos. So if we click into this, not only is there one video on this, but there's also related videos, and you can see that other people have done the same thing. There's customer review videos, and so you can see that people have done the same thing, right? So this is a reviewable video, and there's sales, so it's a potentially good product video to do. Now, a few little caveats we're going to cover here as soon as we get into the specific products in this tutorial, but if you do want Seller Sprite, you can go ahead and grab it through that first link in the description, and there is a free trial if you want to test it out. And then to get the actual extension, which is this S button right here, where you see all these buttons and the historical trends button, you just go to the Seller Sprite website, you obviously sign up for a plan, and then you download their extension, which is right on their homepage, and this pops up, you sign in with your account, and boom, now it's automatically on every single Amazon listing, all right? So to give you an example of things that I would make smart purchases on, this is how I would approach this, right? So I said I'm in the market for an air fryer. That's something that I'm actually, I was thinking of like products that I'd want for, Christmas, because people always ask me for a Christmas list and I never know what to get. So I was racking my brain trying to think of things like, what do I want for Christmas? And that ended up being one of the things. So we'll search air fryer so I can tell them which one to actually get, right? Because I want one that's reviewable so that I can actually make commissions on that as well, not just use the product, okay? So we need to find, again, one that's reviewable and one that's selling because we want it to have a lot of sales so a lot of people are purchasing it so that when they purchase so that when they potentially see my video, I'm getting more commissions, not just a little bit of commissions because it has a little bit of sales, but potentially a lot of commissions because it has a lot of sales, right? And you do need to find that sweet spot where there isn't that much competition for reviews on the actual listing, but there is a lot of sales, and where you find that sweet spot is where you're going to make the most money, all right? So let's just go down the list and we'll click on a few of these. The ones, a little caveat just to save you time, so I won't actually do it, but the ones that have like 20,000 reviews or like 35,000 reviews, in 99.99% of cases, they're going to be bad products to review because there's going to be so many other potential reviewers that have already done that. So a few caveats on that. As you can click in and see, it's got 6 review videos. So a ton of people have already reviewed this product, and there's only 6 slots in each one to review. So generally speaking, I would tell people if there's more than 5 actual videos on the actual slots where you can review, don't go ahead and review that product because there's no space for you to actually get in there because they're already taken, right? So if you actually get this product given to you and you're not a customer, it would go under videos for this product, right? And if you're a customer, meaning your Amazon actual account purchase that product, and then the same email that you set up your Amazon influencer account. So if they're the same email, if it's like, joeschmo47 at Gmail and then joeschmo47 at Gmail, and they're both the same, then, and you purchased it from that account, then it would fall under the customer reviews video. And so depending on if you're purchasing it or getting it as a gift or reviewing something from somebody else, that's where your video would fall. So know that going in. And I used to tell people you want to find a listing where there's at least 1 review video so that you know it's reviewable, but less than 6 so that you know that there's a slot for you to actually get in. And that still is the case, but every once in a while I have noticed just anecdotally that like Amazon doesn't disclose what they use to actually favor which videos go here, but obviously it's going to be like metrics, right? So who's watching your video and how good the actual video is. It's also going to be relevancy. It's also going to be the quality of the video, but also I found that they have a recency bias as well, right? So if somebody reviewed this product 3 years ago, it's not going to be the same potential review weight-wise as somebody that does a just as good job right now or more recently, right? So keep in mind that you can still get into these actual product listings on the review slots if you make a recent good video. That's not always promised, so you could end up wasting your time, but just keep that in mind because if you're looking to scale and you're running out of ideas, that is something that you do want to kind of consider, right? But for most of you, you're going to be looking for videos where there's 1, at least 1, and less than 6 because that's going to be the sweet spot, and then again, sales. So obviously that one with 25,000 reviews is not going to be something that we want to go after. So videos for this product, it's got 2 videos, so that means that if there's 6 videos that can go in that slot, there's 4 open slots for us if we don't actually purchase this product, but somebody else gives it to us, or we go and review our parents' one or whatever. So there are open slots for it. Now, if we were purchasing this from our account, there would be 1 slot because there's 5 videos here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 1 slot left. So this could be a potential product that we'd want to review. Although also keep in mind, if you find one that there's only like 1 or 2 videos on, generally speaking, if it's selling really well, that's a better opportunity because there's going to be less videos to compete with. So if somebody watches yours, if there's like just you and another one, there's a 50% chance potentially that they'll watch yours and then end up purchasing it and you make the commission. However, if there's 6 other ones or 5 other ones, just so the math's even, then there's only a 20% chance that they'll watch yours because there's 5 other competing videos, right? So those are more things to consider, but this one is reviewable and it probably has a lot of sales since it was suggested to us at the top of the list. As you can see here, a lot more sales right now, 72,000 sales this month. That's crazy. And then roughly like 30,000, 25,000 in the months before. So if we go to daily units sold, it's selling like 2,000 daily units, which is insane. So this is selling like crazy right now, and it's $80. So this is a good opportunity to review, in my opinion. That's something that you might want to consider because there's just so many sales there, and there are like slots to actually put your review video if you actually review this product. So let's find another example of one. Let's try this Ninja air fryer. Is that the same one? That is the same one. So this one has 7,000, which is a decent amount higher. This one's 41,000. We're not even going to try that one. 82,000, no. Amazon Basics has one, but typically speaking, most of the time the Amazon Basic ones aren't reviewable. At least in my anecdotal experience. This one has 24,000. We're going to skip it. 13,000. We're going to skip it. This one is fairly new with 31 reviews. So if it's selling, maybe something that we'd want to review. Let's just pull up a few here and I'll show you different examples of how I'd analyze these listings, right? And then 7001 just to kind of cap it off. So this one we already decided is a potential good product because it has a lot of sales like we covered and it's reviewable. This one right here has almost 7,000 reviews on it and it's got a ton of videos here. So videos for this product, meaning if we didn't purchase this, but we reviewed somebody else, like we went to our parents' house and reviewed it, or somebody gifted this to us so we didn't have the actual purchase in our Amazon account, then we would end up under videos for this product. So there's still an opportunity that you could do that because there's only 4 here. So if you scroll down customer review videos, see how there's more than 6 there or more than 5. So if you bought this, I would probably steer clear and not actually review this one because the chance that you get on here is there, but it's probably relatively slim. And you'd be better off doing it with another product where the opportunity is better and it's also selling. This one doesn't have any videos, so it's not reviewable. So we're going to avoid this one. This one has 4 videos. It's fairly new with 31 ratings. So this one probably would be a good opportunity if it's selling. So we're going to check the historical trends here in a second, but see how there's not as many competing videos. So there's an opportunity that like, if you make a good detailed video showcasing this, somebody's going to watch your video, get the most from it, and then end up purchasing and you'd earn a commission on it. But that assumes that it's selling. So let's check historical trends with Seller Sprite. Again, first link in the description if you want to try it out free to make sure that it's actually selling. This month it sold 620 units, 269 last month roughly. Daily units, so it is selling, right? 20 a day, 24 a day. So this might be a decent opportunity as well because it's selling like 20 to 25 units a day, and there's next to no competition video-wise on this, and all the videos, if you look at them, are like 30 seconds long. You can't see it because the download in full buttons here right now from my other software, but they're very short videos. I saw that when I first booted it up. So the chance that you can make a better video, rank your video here, give more value in the video, and then people would use your video and end up purchasing after watching yours is relatively high. So this is a pretty good opportunity for an air fryer, right? Just to go through a few more examples. As you can see, there's only 1 customer review video and only 1 video for this specific product for somebody that's reviewed this already. So if this one's selling, 437 ratings. Let's check historical trends. If it's selling, then it'd be a good opportunity. So 217 a month, lower sales than the other one, and only 15 a day. A few days ago, it only sold 3 units. So while there is next to no competition on the actual review videos, and if you had this product already, it'd be a great one to review, I probably wouldn't buy this one because the sales aren't that high. I'd probably pick something where the sales are higher, but there's still a good opportunity to review it. So I'd avoid this one, right? Let's check 2 more right here really fast. 10 videos on this with 5,000 ratings. So while this might be a good opportunity, we're just going to skip it because we want one where there's a better opportunity. This one has 7 videos. Again, probably something that, is going to be a little bit more competitive, but there's only 2 slots here. So again, you could rank relatively fast. Customer review videos, there are slots there as well because there's only 4. So keep that in mind, but let's check Seller Sprite historical trends. So monthly sales, it's shot up this month, but 40,000. But even though before then, it was still selling like in the thousands. So like 1 or 2,000 a month roughly with some spikes there. Daily units sold recently, it's been like 2,000. 834 yesterday, 2,000. So this would be a pretty solid opportunity as well. And that's kind of how I gauge different products when I'm already with the intent to purchase. You make sure that they're good product buys, obviously first and foremost, that they're not like ridiculously expensive, then that they're reviewable, and then that they're actually selling. And if you check out all those boxes, it's a no-brainer to do it this way because you can scale the Amazon influencer program a lot faster because you have access to review these products. Now you're gonna buy them anyway, and now you can also make commissions off them recurring every month, which is a game changer. And it becomes a write-off, all right? So I've pretty much covered everything, but let's just go through one more quick example just so I really hit it home. Another thing I was in the market for was protein powder. So let's check that. Or actually, let me show you these boxes really fast. These boxes that I literally did this. I bought 2 of them that I could review on purpose so that I could scale my influencer program, do everything that I'm telling you to do is what I literally do, all right? So these are like cord boxes to protect you from weather. I don't even remember what they are, what they're called. Like let's say an outdoor cord box. And I'll show you how I would search through here. So as you can see, I literally purchased this one. And there's probably other ones here, but let me show you like this one, 151 ratings right there, 207 ratings right there, 50 ratings right there. And we'll check some of these out to see if they're good review opportunities. So this one has 6 videos, but if you click in, there's an opportunity for somebody that didn't purchase it. There also is 4 opportunities, obviously, for somebody that did. So if we purchase this one, it might be good, but that assumes that it's selling. So we want to check seller sprites, historical trends. So last month, it sold roughly 11,000, or it's about to, be projected this month for 11,000. The month before, almost 4,000. The month before that, 2,000. Daily units sold about 300, 250, 300, 400, 500. So it's selling pretty decently, and there's an opportunity to review this. So if I was already looking for a box, this would be a decent opportunity to actually go out and purchase, right? Because knowing I could review it, it'd be a write-off, and I'd obviously earn commissions on it, and I need a box like this anyway, me personally, okay? So without wasting your time, you get the picture. That's how I'm making smart purchases to scale the Amazon Influencer Program on products that I already specifically need. It's a write-off. I earn extra commissions on it every single month going forward. You scale the program, and you're already spending this money. Now, a few other caveats that I would say is use a cashback credit card. I also use the Amazon store card. It's going to give you an extra 5% cash back for products that, again, you're already purchasing. So that 5% adds up relatively fast if you're spending hundreds or thousands of dollars. It's just extra money on purchases that you're already making anyway. So it's a no-brainer. Also, Rakuten, one of the best cashback portals. Capital One is another cashback portal. So cashback credit cards and cashback portals. But this just works for me, guys, so I really hope it helps. Again, seller sprites linked in the description below if you want to try it. Also, if you want to learn all this and make money with the Amazon Influencer Program, I rarely plug courses, but seeing the power of it right now in Q4, it's mind-blowing. I knew that it was a good opportunity, but honestly, it's an even better opportunity than I initially thought. There's so much potential there. Almost anybody can do it. I plan on making a lot more videos on this going forward to kind of help you guys do this, and literally just talking to the camera about what's working for me and what I'm doing. So keep an eye out for that. But that course is linked down in the description below if you do want to test it out and learn how to do everything that I'm talking about and make money doing this yourself. But as always, this just works for me, so I really hope it helps.